education system we have now was basically designed for the agricultural era.
The biggest asset you have with Radio Connection is the job placement service. Radio Connection is a school that teaches broadcasting.
The cutting edge of technology is the blackboard, which was invented almost 200 years ago, I think.
What's cool about this is you train around your job. Radio Connection is right for anyone who wants to break into radio broadcasting. We've got students from 17 to 60. It's my belief that the best teacher is a working pro. Get trained one-on-one by a working pro in an actual radio station. For the young person who's just out of high school, it's fantastic because they're able to get right into a radio station in their town. They can do this full-time if they'd like. They can do it part-time around a job, but they're getting right in with the jocks, right in with the air talent. The whole basis of the Recording Connection program is to get you a job. The biggest difference is you're being trained in an actual radio station, a real facility with equipment that you need nowadays. When you go to broadcast school or college, typically you're being taught on equipment that may be a bit outdated, and you're not in the real environment. I don't care how much it wants to be real. A broadcast school or a college is pretend radio. What's cool about this is you train around your job. So you go to the radio station part-time, nights and weekends, so it's great. So you can slowly ease into it. Typically, if you go to a broadcast school or a college, first of all, your teacher is not in the business, or he wouldn't be teaching at a school. Our teachers are working professionals. That's the big difference. There's somebody that pays their rent working in the industry, and they serve as a mentor to an apprentice, someone wanting to learn the business. Not only are you being trained by a working pro, you're being trained by a guy who could give you a job tomorrow if he wanted to.
The education system we have now is basically...
Radio Connection Broadcasting School, I really believe, is the school of the future. It's the way that future generations are going to educate themselves for a career in radio. And the reason I think that is because the word is out. People get it now. People are understanding that the best way to learn anything, really, but especially radio broadcasting, is one-on-one in a real radio station. There's just no comparing a college classroom education with the one that you're going to get in a real radio station, learning from a real radio professional.
Designed for the agricultural era.
Radio Connection is virtually located everywhere. What I mean by that is we've been doing this 23 years, and we've worked with over 5,000 radio stations all around the country, Canada, and the UK. So the way it works is we then get you an interview at an actual radio station in your hometown. Many times you can pick the station. The biggest asset you have with Radio Connection is the job placement service. Keep in mind, at least 70% of the time, our student will get a job right where they're training. I mean, you're there already.
We're designed for the agricultural...
So you want me to go to college?
College? Barber or clown?
This isn't the traditional internship. It's an apprenticeship. You're not going there to hang out. You're going there for specific assignments each week, hands-on, in the studio, working on audition tapes. By the time you're done with the radio broadcasting program, you're going to have all kinds of audition tapes. And basically, you're going to have the mentor at the station helping you make these demo tapes in the studio. Most of the time, your instructor is the program director. The program director is the guy who hires and fires all the disc jockeys and all the on-air people. So not only are you being trained by a working pro, you're being trained by a guy who could give you a job tomorrow if he wanted to.
We're designed for the agricultural...
So, in conclusion, good luck on tomorrow's big final exam. Exam? Oh, this is just like one of those bad dreams. Ah!
Where do people get hired? They don't get hired at a college classroom. They don't get hired by their broadcasting professor on a college campus. No, they get hired by real radio professionals. So, while you're training, if a job becomes available, guess who's going to get it? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the Radio Connection Broadcasting School student.
With Radio Connection, there's a very structured course curriculum. You're not just thrown into a radio station. The way it works is you're going through a structured course that was written by broadcast veterans, people who've been in the business 20, 30 years. You're getting materials and supplies. Your mentor has materials and supplies. There's assignments. You're learning in the real radio station. This is hands-on. Here is you're learning very much the creative side to make good audition television tapes to do production, learn editing, and learn the hands-on that you need as well on the equipment in a radio station, but it's very structured.
They're designed for the agriculture.
Radio Connection is accredited through the National Private School Alliance. We're endorsed by literally thousands of real radio broadcasters and program directors around the country. That's our biggest endorsement.
They're designed for the agriculture.
Oh no, I took a job on the other side of the world. Oh,
If you want to work in radio, the reality is you better know how a real radio station operates, and you better know real radio contacts, or else how are you going to get hired?
Radio Connection is right for anyone wanting to break into broadcasting.